Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, it's WIP Wednesday. So every week we get together and we have a look at all the awesome stuff you guys are doing out there in Hobbyland. This does not need to be Blood Bowl, it does not need to be finished. This is work in progress. So if you are working on a cool project that you want to show, maybe you've just started painting for the first time or come back after 100 years, then get on board, drop us an email at theboneheadpodcast@gmail.com, put WIP Wednesday in the title, and we'll go through almost everything that I get, because sometimes I miss things, and if I do miss things, please just email me again. And we have a look at everything that everyone's working on, and it's so good to see all the cool projects that we've got. We've got Blood Bowl teams, we've got Titans. It's just awesome hobby goodness. And let's begin. First up, we've got Eugene here. Hey Ben, hope you're doing well. Did give me some time to progress a little further with my halfling team. Got some metallics done, trying to vary up for the scavenged armor pieces, which is a very cool angle to take. Now, halflings, they lend themselves to so much customization, and whether you're going for story, whether you're going for bases like we can see here, or like the idea of scavenged armor and bronze and brassy bits, I think it's absolutely brilliant. Eugene says, been enjoying seeing everyone's work. Keep remembering those purple and green Skaven from a few weeks back. Thanks for the inspiration, everyone. Cheers, Eugene. Eugene, awesome stuff. It's a great little project here, but we really need to know what you're doing for your trees. I like the kind of mottled effect you've got going on as well. Loads of work's gone into that, which is awesome. Now, we need to know what you're using for trees. I recommend the Reaper Bones Rust Golems, because those are the ones I used, and if you're going for like a scavenged armor team, that's a pretty cool way of doing it. Next up, we've got Shayla McCurry. Hey, just finished my teams in line for a game in July. Some of these are from the before times. I'm currently going for the extras now, finishing up the bribes, refs, and tokens. So, I mean, look at this team. This is awesome. Look at the glow on that purple. The blue skin here on the troll is also absolutely brilliant. Like, this is a really vibrant team, and that's so cool to see. And this is the great thing about Blood Bowl and about the hobby in general, but I'm used to seeing grungy, grimy Blood Bowl, right? Oh, I broke my pump wagon. Live on air. That's embarrassing. Anyway, you know, it's Agrax, it's Drybrush, it's Grim. I wouldn't go so far as to say it was Grimdark. Aw, I really broke it. But this is a really cool, vibrant one. We've seen this, and we saw, what was it, Tropic Thunder, a few weeks ago, which was the like glowy, vibrant colours as well. And I love it. I think it's so cool. And this is going to pop like mad on the table. And here we go. We've got another one here from Shaylan. Wow, this is a fantastic nobility team. Let's have a look at some of the detail work. The face on the ogre there, you can see we've gone with shading around the eyes, which is very cool. Look at the faces in the background, like this dude over here. I mean, all of them. There's some wonderful work there, and it looks awfully like it's one of those color shift metallics, or Shaylan has actually painted that on themselves, which is just top tier, to be fair. But look at the scratch edge highlighting there on the thrower's chest plate. Oh, it's so good. You guys are so flipping good. And these are the refs and bits and bobs that they've been working on as well. Again, you can see that that is definitely a color shift metallic, you know. I reckon it is. I reckon these are color shift metallic. But look at this, the dags, the teeth, all right? They add that quality to it, and it works really well when you've got something cool going on with that metallics. Oh, man. Gone for the scratch on the book as well, so with the leather work there. To see if we can zoom in a bit without making it horrific. It's a big book. It's just wonderful. You can see here, now we've zoomed in, the work that's gone into it. And each independent stroke doesn't look particularly fancy. Alright, it's not overly complicated. But when you zoom out, when you see the effect, those bits of wear and tear come together, especially in the middle bit here as well, and just make it look aged and superb. And that's a very dapper elf there as well, Shane. Absolutely awesome to see. Ooh, we've got some more glowy bits. Alan, here we go. Hey Ben, I've been watching the channel for about the past 10 months. I've been into Blood Bowl for about a year. So I've only been able to catch one tournament and about 4 or 5 friendly games with a co-worker. Hey, this has not been the season for playing games in person, but that season is now, which is actually very cool. We've done 2 tournaments this month already. Oh, we're back in Blood Bowl. Although I've managed to finish an Ogre and Underworld team in that time. Alright, nice work. I've spent the last 10 months slowly churning out a Goblin team, the Lurklair Moonshiners, and it's been a labour of love. They are 80 to 90% complete and have stayed there for months because I keep finding new ways to improve them. That's great to hear. They're in various states of completion, but are highly loved for who they are on the inside. Amazing. For the sake of showing something that's true WIP, I've included the Bruiser test model from a Black Orc team. All the best, Alan, the optimistic greenskin. P.S. Thanks for the Goblin setup video. It's been a big help in planning out my next game. Hey, let's see if it works. Goblins, definitely an underrated stunty team. They won Stunty Cup at Bonehead Bowl, actually, with a pretty competitive list. They do good because they are a lot less stunty than you think. Right, awesome, vibrant pink there. Look at this. Right, let's zoom in on the troll. Come on, troll. There we go. Are we centered? We're centered. Look at that. That is just remarkable, isn't it? That is beautiful highlight work, and you can see the edge work as well on like the armor dents and things. So I'm assuming this is what Alan was saying. Like, I keep finding ways to add to it, and you know what? That is what painting is about. Now, Bloodtithe Ben, what he does is he will get a new project and try a new thing. So the best one is he got a Warcry battle team and just went to town with like rotten Nurgle verdigris kind of effects. That was his mission, was to paint it with that effect. Then he kind of mastered that skill, and he can put it in when it's useful now. But what we can see with Alan's team here is he's just going from model to model and just trying to just glow up different bits. That's right, glow up because of the bright pink. Anyway, we've got a great Goblin test model as well, which is cool. And, I mean, beautiful skin work on the Goblins as well. I love the bomb. That's awesome. This is a great Goblin team. I look forward to hearing how they perform for you. Hey, we've got Bersky. Now, we've got a couple of bits today from Bersky. One is from June, which we just got around to looking at because I think we're about caught up now. So if you are working on stuff, send it in to us because I think we're about to be clear air here. Hey, Ben, I've been busy making and converting the start to my Squig team. Here we have one Squig Hopper, one Squig, and one Mangler Squig. Hope you like what I've come up with. Happy to hear any feedback. Enhance. Thanks, Bersky. Absolutely awesome. Right, enhance. So we can see here that we've got Goblin Squig Hopper from Age of Sigmar. Okay, judging by the fingers, I think that is a thrower hand from the human team, although the catcher hands work just as well. It's a great conversion. It's very similar to the one I ran on my Squig Hopper team from a couple of years ago because it works really well. The hand just works perfectly. And the great thing about Goblin... Oh, look at this. Beautiful finish work. Right. Great skin on the Squig. Beautiful execution of the eyes. I know it's just yellow, but they are actually painted really well, and that is that's a more difficult skill than you'd think. Right, see if we got a sideways shot. I love this. I love the paint scheme, black with yellow, classic Night Goblins, and that Squig is just the most Squig ever. Good work with the little white line on the base. I never do this, but this is really useful to help tie this model in with Blood Bowl when it's not from Blood Bowl. The use of the ball and that little cheeky stripe makes this a very, very Blood Bowl miniature, which is awesome. Now, I think Bersky said that that's also gets to be the pogo stick for his Goblin team, which is a great way to sneak Squigs in onto the pitch. And we've got another one of these Squigs. Now, this is the Age of Sigmar Squig Herder teams, and they're just so good. Come on, Games Workshop. We need a Squig team. But in the meantime, there's a couple of different Squig teams on the Secret League in Fumble. Do go check it out. We've done a couple of videos. Oh, what a great little Mangler Squig conversion. Mangler Squigs, Strength 7 Squigs with ball and chain. Fantastic pieces. Really, really sucks when someone wrestles them to the ground and takes them out right at the beginning of a match, or uses the pit trap card to get them gone. But man, it's so cool. I love this. I love the way Bersky's modelled one with his face in the ground because they're bounding, they're hopping, they're mangling, and they're squigging, and I think it's absolutely superb. Great little conversion, really well executed, and I just love that. I just love Squigs, and I love seeing that as well. Oh, bit my lip. A bit excited here. I haven't even got excited about Snotlings yet. But I am excited about 3D printing, although my printer has died. The power pack has died, so I've had to try and find a replacement. This is Terrell. Yeah, this is Terrell. Hey, Ben. Still here printing. Got the itch for Tomb Kings and got impatient waiting for Punga to release the STLs. So I'll print them when they're released. Yeah, I think we'll be waiting a while for the Khemri ones, but they are working on some cool Norse teams and stuff. The models are from one-page rules, mummies, skeletons, and guardians with some weapon snipping on the skeletons. Yes, these mummies they've been sitting on my wish list for a little while. Good use of positionals. The okay, right. I can't remember. Cetra. I can't remember the. I want to say dingo. It's not dingo, is it? They didn't have dingoes. the dog-faced dude, Anubis guy, and the bird face over on the left-hand side. Well, first of all, SG1 anybody, which is what I really love about this. But the other positionals are really well done, and you've got some little bull conversions in there as well. Can we get that on screen? We can get that on screen. I mean, this is just such a wicked way to get a team. I love those mummies, but this is just so cool. Terrell, you're doing it right, man. This is a wicked way to do it. And we've got our first giant of the day. Okay, we should probably do a countdown in future. That's how long. Alright, about 10 minutes. Nice. Actually, a little bit longer than I'd like, but that's fine. Wicked giant. Where's this from? I couldn't be left out, so I printed my first giant from Sali Factory. Have 2 more giants planned to print soon, but printing teams is just so much fun. Thanks for all you do to the community, Terrell. Terrell, thank you for everything you do for the community. For example, bringing me giants, which, as you know, I am somewhat not impartial to. That is a giant as well, which is absolutely sweet. Let's see if we can actually zoom out, unenhanced this time, see if we can get it on the page. Look at that. With the base, here's a massive miniature. Now, I'm going to assume these skeletons are kind of normal human height, so this dude's probably human blitzer height. That means that the mummy is probably a cheeky 120 scale one, so about a little bit taller than an ogre, which makes this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches tall. That definitely meets the Coke can kind of restriction for a giant. Awesome stuff, Terra. I can't believe I've missed this. Can't believe I've missed this for so long. That's so good. And we've got Israel near here. Israel now here. Hey Ben, greetings from TJ Mexico. Wanted to keep you guys updated with my Gob Freaks team. I'm painting up for a friend. The guys have been a joy and a pain to paint. The amount of colours and keeping the costumes light-hearted, but at the same time making them look as creepy as possible has really pushed my painting. I can't wait to have them finished. Oh, and check this out. The paints are glow in the dark. Alright, let's... These models are beautifully executed, and this paint job, I mean, look at this. First of all, excellent work with the photo. Okay, going for that creepy vibe, but all the bright colours, all the details. This is a labour of love. And if you're painting this for a friend, you clearly want this friend to be using this team. The models are very, very well sculpted, and they've got a ton of detail on them. But look at the edge highlighting we've got there. Look at that. The extreme highlights there. Absolutely, these models look fantastic. And I can't quite see the glow in the dark there, Israel, but that is such a cool idea. I don't recommend playing Blood Bowl in the dark. I mean, let's face it, like, sorting out supports is difficult enough when you can see what you're doing. I love that. I wish I could have taken a better picture. They light up awesome. I hope you can kind of make it out with the pic I sent you. Also painted some missing necromantic players and Anky Panky for the lizards. Hope you're doing well. Super excited to see what everyone else is working on. Israel, thank you so much. I love these models. So this is one of the RNE Studios werewolves. There's 3 or 4. All of them make a superb Wilhelm Chaney, and if you are in any way interested in running an undead team and you're looking for a star player, this guy will do the business, which is sweet. And this is a very cool model. I don't think Israel says where he's from. Anky Panky is unfortunately a legacy star player from the before times, from pre-Snap Blood Bowl, but I have a feeling we'll see him back or something like him back later. Maybe Slibley will come back. We do need some star players for the lizards. The team doesn't really need it because they're high TV, like probably the least likely to get a star. But for tournaments where you need stars or just to have a different build, I mean, the Skink twins were awesome. Having a big boy would be pretty great as well. I think one of them may come, like, came with guard. That would have been pretty good. Next up, we've got John O'Brien. Hey Ben, this week I have I'm showing to you one of my older painted teams. This is my Las Vegas Raiders inspired undead team, the Lost Visage Risers. Nice. The tombstones are something I added to the bases by cutting some craft foam to shape, then painting the grey. Used a drill bit to scratch some fake script on, then ink wash for aging effect. That's genius. And has come out beautifully. Let's enhance. And you can see there the work that's gone on by this scraping that away. And what do you say, ink in there? Ink wash for aging. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Like, just, I mean, Agrax and things like that add an absolute ton of work. However, look at the team. Beautifully executed here. We've got the black and silver prime, but then you've got that kind of drab, undead brown across the base as well, tying in the mummies and the zombies and everything together. But, I mean, I love it, and I love the glowing eyes as well. Just adds a cool bit of colour to the paint scheme. Definitely some Agrax at work there, which I love. And some cool detail with the gore as well. Man, Undead are great. Undead are really, really good. They're a great team as well. And for one box, you basically get the entire team. So it comes together lovely. The gravestones are very cool as well. Gotta love the Zombletons, and we've gone for some cheeky glow inside the mouth as well. And I do very much like these whites. Looks like we've done a bit of conversion there as well to alternate the posing a bit. That is a very, very good idea. The models are cool, but you know what? A little bit of variation is always really good. And you can see we've done the same thing here with their mummies. Honestly, all you need to do is just do it like what we've got here from John. It's just position them, instead of being forward, lean them back, and he looks into more of a less like juggernaut pose, more of a gentle morning stroll. And you know what? That is enough to differentiate the two mummies on the pitch. I've got 6 of these in one team for my undead Khemri mixed team for Bonehead Bowl 1. That's a powerhouse, let me tell you. That's a great team. Built a cage when I was playing a test game, and unsurprisingly nothing could get through it. And now, where Leap has been nerfed ever so slightly, nothing will ever get through that. That team will remain undefeated. I think I played 3 games. Anyway, that's enough. Awesome team, John. Thank you very much. Love seeing a bit of undead. Hey, we got Mike Green. Hey Ben, love the podcast. Got 2 Grebo miniatures I painted. First is Bongo, the Gorilla Cutimals, that I will use as a Yeti for my Norse team. Cool. The Cutimals range are fantastic. They've just done a ton of extra monkey stuff. The Kickstarter, is it going on now? Is it just finished? I don't know. But Grebo Games, awesome stuff. If you want to see some of the things, you can have a look at the ones they sent us earlier this month, because they're very well executed. Like, the sculpts are beautiful. And as you can see here from Mike, they paint up brilliantly. All the character comes out, and I'm a huge fan. And then we've got a Death Roller in the background. Also got the Death Roller prone counter from the new Grebo Dwarf team. Plan on using it for a Death Roller for my Dwarf team because I love the model so much. And you know what? That is a great idea. Let's see if we can zoom in a bit on the Death Roller. Can we get a better shot of the Death Roller? Yeah. I mean, you know what? It fits on a base. If you're happy to use a model that looks slightly smaller, that's fine. If you think about all the Death Rollers we've got, even the Flipping Games Workshop one, they are massive. They'd work as giants. I like this, and with the new referee rules, if you're planning on running a Death Roller, try and convince your opponent to use the new referee rules. Take him out turn 1 for the game, stomp on him, do whatever you have to do. Death Roller is yours for the entire game, and at that point, for 170k, the roller is definitely worth it. Hey, we've got Snotlings. Fantastic. We've had Giants. We've had Snotlings. Andrew. Hey, Ben. Thanks so much for the nice comments the other week. I have some updates to my week's projects. Due to scheduling, my league was delayed a bit, but should be ready to kick off the second week of July. Well, we've missed that, so hopefully, Andrew, you got on okay. I did get an exhibition game, and you'll be happy to hear I played a team of Snotlings against Undead and took the win 1-0. Fantastic. That's not a bad matchup for Snots, all right? Undead are bashy. You've got the numbers. They don't have a lot of speed to counter you, so actually you can do some dodgy Snotling breakaways. Anyway, here's my finished Underworld team, the Skaven and the Snotlings. Despite all the time it takes building up the bright orange, I love how this comes out and kind of secretly wants to do all my teams like this. But for my sanity, I think I'll give it a rest for the moment. Not sure which team I'm going to do next, but Snotlings are high on the list, so maybe look forward to that. Watch out for the pump wagons, that's all I'll say. Apparently they break live on stream. Anyway, thanks for all the great work, and the people's works you highlight each week really get the creative juices flowing and gets me through the work week. Getting through the work week is a challenge at the moment. Right, guys, it's Snotlings, it's bright orange. It's a round of applause from me. This is wicked. Love the crazy eyes on the Snotling there. But no, great work on the orange, and that is massively highlighted here. Look at this. First of all, got some great rusted armor effect here with that bronze and brown, and the silver on the edges works brilliantly for an Underworld team. And then look at this. So, I mean, I know Andrew says it's taken a lot of work to get this orange, and you can see it. And when we talked to Jelly about it, he said, like, you know what, it takes like 7 coats. And orange does take some significant painting time. And look at it, it really shines, and on the tabletop that is going to look absolutely flashy as you like, and that's what you want. You want that team to be recognisable. You take this to a tournament and they're going to go, the orange team, the bright orange team, the Terry's chocolate orange team, this is yours, and it looks wicked. The rusted armour, the excellent skin painting, and that orange is just tip top. Solid white as well, man, you're just knocking it out of the park here. Andrew, this is a great job. That orange is perfect because it starts with that brown bottom layer. You know, it looks dirty, but it is clearly orange. And the team itself has come together brilliantly. What a great paint scheme. I don't recommend it for all of them. Yeah, look at the little Snotlings. You need Snotlings for Underworld. Underworld, man. Just top. Now, I did great with my Snotlings, and ended up playing on the top table for the last round, which was ridiculous. I mean, I probably lost, but it was against Chaos Dwarves, and it was against Wayne, who's won 2 of our tournaments. Unstoppable machine of a man. And just Snotlings, they're just fantastic, and in Underworld, they just keep you alive. Oh, this is fancy. Oscar, Oscar, how you doing? Hello again. Thank you so much for all the kind words on my Dwarf Apothecary a few weeks ago. It really boosted my painting confidence. Look at this. You do not need painting confidence when you can do this anyway. Oh, man. Look at the watch. Guys, I was going to say the stripes, or the edge highlighting around the face mask, or the hair on the arm. But no. He's got a flipping stopwatch. Look at that. That is absolutely superb. I've now started a new Sevens team. Oh, lovely. That I've put off until I was ready. Inspired by 7 Super Series. I've started making a Chaos Halfling team. I have only painted a test model so far, and really appreciate some feedback from both you and in the comments, guys. Let's give Oscar some feedback here. If anyone is interested in seeing how the work is going, you're welcome to have a look at my Instagram. Hager Blood Bowls. That is Hotel Alpha Echo Golf Romeo Blood Bowls. With Sierra at the end. There is a clip there, it was too big to send, that shows how I magnetise the catches so I can use them as catches on a normal halfling team and chainsaws on a chaos halfling team. Oh, fantastic. Thanks for the amazing content and work you do for this community. You guys are the best. Oscar, you guys are the best. Great head swap. Love this theme. I can't remember who I stole it off, but it's a great move, and just a couple of head swaps in Blood Bowl makes it go such a long way. Great work around the visor, great work on the hair on the arm there, you can clearly see that. Wonderful highlighting on those stripes. That I cannot stress enough how well that is done. I've got my camera set up wrong. How well that's done, and the clock is honestly, honestly, Oscar, just showing off, and I love it. And you should show off. Painting confidence. This is cool. Again, you can see those head swaps and just finding bits and pieces from Age of Sigmar, from Warhammer 40k, whatever. You know, the Black Orc teams, we've seen quite a lot of them that have 40k Orc heads, or Warhammer Fantasy Battle Orc heads just chucked on. It just gives them a bit of variety. We saw last week, oh gosh, I'm so sorry, I can't remember who it was, a Dwarf team where there were wings and horns added to the helmets. And it just took a really ordinary team and made it something special. Like this, and this team is great. Here we go. I mean, great use of the heads, a good mix, good setup. You need to tell me where your big guys are from, because they are Gribbly, Alpha, Foxtrot, and I think that's absolutely awesome. The team works brilliantly. Those are going to be great for Chaos Spawn, which is awesome, and looks awfully like you've magnetized the hands so you can make them chainsaws. Oh, I get it now. Oh, that is brilliant. I'm going to have to track that down. Am I recording? I am. Next up, we've got Kevin here. Hey, Ben. Thanks for showing my stuff again last week. The Bonehead podcast has become my accountability partner to keep my pledge. Paint every day in 2021. If you miss a day, paint the next. My palette cleanse is nearing its end. My suffocating Gravetide is complete. Now, I've seen this come along, and it is very cool. So this is for Age of Sigmar, but also I believe this is for Cursed City. Oh, see, the game is so dead I forgot the name. Too soon, everybody. This is a wicked piece of terrain. So this is one of the endless spells. I'm a big fan of endless spells. I think we did a little design competition for them in Blood Bowl as well, because I do love that kind of just non-unit representation on the table. Now, scenery does it in some ways, but actually having something like a monster or some magic here, just love it in any game. It adds a different element to it, and a really nice job there, Kevin. Great earthwork there, blending it up into the Gravetide, tying in the dark earth with the rocks themselves. It just brings it together, especially when you put that rubble in there too. Really solid, but this is very cool. Right, I'm getting through my MCP core box. Here's the buildings, cars, rubbish dumpsters done to tabletop standard. I would definitely say that was tabletop standard. Nicely done. And you can see you've got the little magazines in the front there, with the Daily Bugle being appropriately represented. And my next 4 heroes, Cap, Iron Man, Captain Marvel and Baron Zemo, all nearing completion. Layering still to complete on all of them, but a solid start here. Now, I do like these models. I mean, they are brilliantly sculpted, and they take very well to paint. So this is clearly Captain America, and a really good job there from Kevin as well, because it's just, you get it. and bold work there with the white. Now, this is the thing with superheroes. They need bold colours. Like, they're even more... It's even more important with these guys that they're bold and clean and crisp than it is with Blood Bowl. So, excellent execution here. Really like it. I think it's a very cool project. We've got Eugene again. Hey Ben, got a little further with the flesh tones and tidy ups. Was inspired to create some green stuff picnic items for the base on my halflings. We got it here. Hopefully you can make out some loaves, buns, what will be cheese wheels and sausage links. Lily, my 9-year-old, was keen to try it out too and made a great looking chili pepper. Can we see the chili pepper on there? Which was awesome and likely to win biggest veg competition. Look at this. This is brilliant. So it's a bit of green stuff and you've got the cheese wheels. You've got pretzel there. We've got some croissants. That's really, really cool. Still thinking of names for the team. Maybe the Serious Supper Club 7's team. Nice. I like that. It's like trying to think up decent band names. Oh, come on. If you can't go a month without coming up with a great band or album name. Thanks again for all your hard work and everyone else's work. Been really enjoying WIP Wednesday. Helping heaps with motivation and inspiration, and so cool seeing what people are up to. Cheers, Eugene. Eugene, thank you very much for sharing this stuff. Oh, there's the chili. That is a red hot chili pepper. That is awesome, Eugene. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I missed this the first time around. So this is from Stuart. Hey Ben, I received my Patreon dice and chip today, just in time for my first game of Blood Bowl 2020 on Saturday. It's also my first game of Blood Bowl in 20 years. Now, I really love hearing that story. Like, there's a ton of people that are coming back into the game now, and it's just awesome. It's a great time to be getting back in because the playing field is more level now than it's ever been. The meta is less stale, and I think the league experience is actually better for newer coaches. You don't have to put up with Joe just randomly rolling strength 7 on one of his dudes just because. You actually can plan it out. And if you want to be the risky random guy, you can. If you want to save up a meta, you can. And I think that element of control is better, and you get more cash now as well, which means that some of the softer teams that have difficult time with journeyman, I don't know, you can still play, you can still win, you can still elf with the best elves, even when the elves are all dead elves. So we've got some great work here on the troll. Again, a very lovely orange and blue with that purple as well. Excellent edge highlighting, a real super glow there on the uniform, and a beautiful job on the eye. Like, absolutely awesome. But this was the thing that absolutely distracted me, which I thought was really cool. I mean, look at this. He says, keep up the great work and do it the way that makes you happy. As you say, it's your hobby, and that means it should be fun. I love this. This is fun. Thought I'd also drop some WIP updates while I'm emailing you. All the best and take care, Stu. Stu, look at this. This is wicked. So not only have you got very, very well painted goblin models, you've gone with glowing mushrooms, and you can see, and it's very gentle, but you can see the OSL here on the models themselves. So all these mushrooms are just creating this underground glow, and I think it is absolutely brilliant. That's a lovely team. It's a very cool team. I love the miner hats and everything like that. It just works brilliantly. But with those mushrooms and that glow, the team is fantastic. Just really brilliantly done. Absolutely brilliant. I've seen something clever like that. Ooh, all the trolls here. Oh, Jelly, this is you, but I don't see any orange. Oh, there's some orange. Oh, that's clever. I wonder if that's linked in. I wonder if that's linked into one of your other teams, actually. I think it might be. Anyway, hey Ben, good to see you back to being overexcited about snotlings again. Yep. Amusingly, that's also this episode. And giants, Jelly. We need to see you build a giant. Talking about snotlings, here are my trolls, Varag and the Black Gobbo. Working on the little ones right now, so we'll keep you posted. The snotlings paint up so quickly and so easily. It's fantastic. I had to paint a bunch for the tournament because I had my team, and then I realised I needed Riotous rookies, so I used my Underworld team's colours to paint up the snotlings. Anyway, enough about me. We've got a couple of trolls here that are coming along now. Jelly does some fantastic work. I like that we got slightly different skin tones on the trolls here. I don't know if that's because this one on the left's got more layering, but it does look like this one on the right has a darker base colour. And I like that. It's good to have variation in skin tones across the board with Blood Bowl, because it just adds that extra element of differentiation. This second troll model is actually growing on me quite a lot. The first troll is a cool model, but that hand across the face thing, it's just baffling. But, I mean, this second one is very, very, very cool. And Varag, beautiful work there. Going for the classic black armour. Love it. Great work on the cleats. And the cheeky old goblin. I know Jelly likes to do his stars like the artwork, and I think you'll appreciate he's doing a pretty flipping good job there. And they are finished, so yeah, went with different skin colours. And I think that ties into the Nurgle team that Jelly's got, which is appropriately, look at that, foreshadowing. Good work, Jelly. Thank you for including that in the picture, just to make me feel like I'm going less mad. Cannot wait to see your Snotling team, because this is a very solid start. Look at the look at that. Do not feed. That is brilliant little addition. Ah, just love it. Love seeing everybody's work on this. An excellent edge highlighting. I would expect nothing less from you, Jelly. This is brilliant stuff. Ooh, this is pretty cool too. Okay, next up we've got John O'Brien. Hey Ben, I figured I'd share with you my dwarf team based on the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco Miners. Nice. Now the model I'm using for my death roller was too large to fit on the board, so I took inspiration from my days playing X-Wing and elevated it onto a piece of acrylic. Absolutely. So this is a full-on steam tank there. This is awesome. Right, very vibrant red. Love that we've got the bomber right there as well. Red and gold make excellent dwarf colours. And yeah, I mean, that's a genius way of doing it. That is top heavy. That is a danger. I'd be worried about that. That bomber is very cool. It's got the cigar, just decent heft, really wicked. Excellent. I mean, proper solid red across the board. But I want to see more of the big boy. Look at that. What an absolutely outrageous model. What is that? How is that? That's got to be some kind of steam tank or something. That's a very dwarfen model. But dude, that is a very clever way of doing it, having the acrylic pop up to just keep it off the table. Absolutely brilliant, John. That is very clever. I appreciate that. Deja Thoris, hi, a submission for WIP Wednesday. Just got some benches I made for my Blood Bowl 7s games. They're made out of paddle pop lolly sticks and milliput. Still need to paint my 80 plus spectator fan miniatures. WIP. Lol, anyway. Maybe they'll inspire someone as to what can be done with very little. Thanks to the Blood Bowl focused content, it's always awesome. Cheers. That's clever. That is clever. If you want stands, you don't have to get the Kraken Studios ones, which are cool. You don't have to go and get some MDF ones. You can just make them, and you absolutely can. I mean, back in my day, we used to make everything out of balsa wood. This, a very good example of what you can do with that. However, the real winner here is, first of all, that model, which comes straight off the front cover of one of the Blood Bowl books, Blood Bowl Companions or something from 3rd edition. Really cool, but this is wicked to see all these fans. First of all, because that's the Death Roller pilot, which I think is brilliant. Fanath fans here. It's just such a cool element. I've not done it. I've never wanted to have the space. At some point, it will happen. There will be a stadium. But I just think this is such a cool idea, such a cool prospect. You've got Slan in the background there. You've got Skaven and everything. That is just so cool. Let's see how that is progressing. Next up, we've got Casey. Hey, Boneheads. Just wanted to tell you guys about a game my buddy and I played of 7s. Snotling versus Halflings. That's right, it was a battle of the little guys. Wow, that's Stunty 7s, which is an underrated format. Stunty 7s is fantastic. Surprisingly, very little carnage occurred, considering I bought a pump wagon and a troll, and his strength was double my Snotlings. Yes, true, actually. I guess it's hard to form a good punch when you have little arms. Nonsense. You use swarming to your advantage. Managed to bring in 6 riotous rookies, but only got a single extra man on the field from swarming. Still, it was enough to keep plenty of guys on the field, no matter how many got the business of a baby-sized fist. The end result was 2-1 for Snotlings, both goals scored by a sneaky Stilter runner. The guy is surprisingly dodgy and quick. No real action required, I just thought you might find it amusing. Cheers, Casey. Casey, awesome to see a game underway. Snotlings, man. I just ran them at a tournament. They are so good. They are so good. And in 7s, Halflings, also very good. If you've watched 7 Super Series, you may know this. So, I love it. It's a great combination. And you know what? I bet it changes it up so well. So, I will frequently go to Mana Bowl Stunty Cup in Birmingham, where they just play Stunty teams. It's always great fun. Goblins are awesome. I'm hoping that they'll allow Black Orcs in the future without Black Orcs, because those thick skull goblins, really, really wicked. But, I mean, in this situation where Halflings become Bash, absolutely awesome. No trees for the Halflings. That's interesting. That's interesting. I found that trees are great in 7s if you're willing to run around like a madman. But wicked to see some stunty 7s action. Here he is. Here's the boy. Good job. Need that Snotling's name. because he is going in the Hall of Legends, I think, because that is just excellent work. Woo, talking of excellent work, Daniel Petty dropping it in here. I hope the start of your league and tourney season is going well across the pond. Tourneys are going very well. I've not made it to league night yet. Unfortunately, my work schedule has been horrible, really. Finished up the last bit of basing for these teams. So here are the group shots of the completed Alastoran teams from Grebo for Nurgle, Khorne, Chaos and Renegades. Went with the Browns look for the Nurgle, and the rest are a mix and match with Tampa Bay Bucks colours. Enjoy. I love everything I'm seeing here. Great work representing that Browns with the brown and the orange. You get that vibe, but just straight up great work on the flipping team. Like the big boy here in the centre. Man, that's such a cool model. And these gribbly, and they are really gribbly, enhance. Let's have a look at some of the jaw. Look at this guy with the background with the horrid mouth. Like, this is just awesome. Like, brilliant paint job. And really lovely models. I love that you've got the kind of slimy Nurgle finish there on them, and the Alastoran. This is the Khorne team, so Ben has some of this team and really loves it. The big guy, the big pit fiend thing, being metal is a bit of a problem. I hope you got on alright with yours, but man, there's a ton of blood. I love that you've tied the snow base in there as well. This guy, absolutely awesome. I love that. If that's free-handed, well done. That is very, very, very cool. Look at this. This is not a Blood Bowl team. This is not several Blood Bowl teams. This is a legitimate army of things. Wicked little mutation guy there. Great spots on the tentacles. I mean, this beast is terrifying, which is awesome. The knight here, the Chaos Knight, absolutely brilliant, and great work on the arm. It's got that lovely sheen to it. Wonderful star players. I love the little cameraman. I mean, this must have been so much fun to put together and paint. And the fact you've got all the teams covered. This, though, awesome scheme. That gold and that bluey, that is really nice. There's a colour scheme to watch out for, guys. This one here, gold and blue, but in reverse. That is definitely one to look out for in the future. But that is absolutely phenomenal, Dan. Look at all the big guys. Yeah, I love this Rat Ogre. It's a great model. But all the different... I mean, this just must have been so much fun to paint. And let me tell you, man, it comes together beautifully. And you are sorted for teams for ages, which is absolutely awesome. But the question has to come to you, Dan. What's next? You've smashed it away with multiple teams here. We need to know what's next. That is awesome. Hey, it's Kevin. Hey, Ben. Hope you're having a good one. I missed last week's WIP Wednesday, so sorry for spamming you with my progress over the last few weeks. I've managed to, get ready for this, paint my AOS Dominion set, finish my troll, paint a test model for my nobility team, and start on Count Binface. No idea what to use him as at the moment. Take it easy, Kevin. All right, let's have a look at some of the great work Kevin's been doing. I mean, Kevin loves his chunky armies. We've seen his goblin, his orcs before, but look at this. So the new box for Age of Sigmar has landed with some very old school Lord of the Rings looking orcs. Okay, they've got the kind of classic Citadel face shields. They've got that Mordor orc vibe to them. It's a very cool design. I want to see hobgoblins now for Blood Bowl. I did like the shooty guys. I can't remember what they're called. Like, I think they're called shooty stab people or something. It's not, the names are challenging, but lovely scheme. That red and yellow comes together really, really well. I mean, just vibrant. But we can see that Kevin's a bit of a pro when it comes to that paint scheme, because these guys will go with those old orcs. You've got cool champions and heroes here as well. I mean, they are cool models. No matter how you feel about the actual mechanics of the game, the design influences are very well brought together. And these hobgoblins, this is something that I would be willing to accept in Blood Bowl, so Games Workshop. If we can have some kind of hobgoblin team soon, I would love that. This guy is awesome, though. Big, big dude on a weird little mole rat battle cap thing. But great work on the armor damage. Getting that edge metal on a solid coloured bit of metal, it just works really, really well. I love the overall effect. Wow, you even did the Stormcast. Nice work on the gold there. This is a very cool model. The amount of terrain we're seeing on bases from Games Workshop at the moment is a little bit perhaps over the top, but I mean, that's a very cool model. I've considered picking it up as a paint job. These are the new Spearmen that came out as well. Different height and style to the other Stormcast, but it works well. I love the red and gold, very Roman Empire. You've got on and done a great job with this. Now, this is the stuff. So we're going gold, blue and white with nobility with red feathers and red accoutrement. Absolutely love it. do we have a team name yet? We need a team name, Kevin. Let's have a team name for that guy. And the troll is done as well. Awesome. You have been very busy. And this is Count Binface. Okay, Count Binface. This has got to be your Griff. Like, Griff is doing very well. Ben ran Nobility with Zog as well. But this guy makes it appropriate Griff without the silly bird, which is wicked. And last up for today, we've got Bersky again. So we've had a look at some of Bersky's Squigs. Hey Ben, this is just a few pictures of what I've been working on over the last couple of weeks. This is the start of my converted Goblin and Squig team. So far I've done a couple of Line Goblins and Squigs, a converted Mangler Squig, converted Troll and a converted Squig Hopper, which I'll be using instead of a Pogo. I knew I'd read that somewhere. Still got a way to go, but it's the fun. We'll update with more pictures as they get done. Thanks for the content and hard work you put in, Ben. Thank you. Take care. Bersky, thank you very much. We've seen Bersky's Bouncy Boys. Phrasing. Now let's have a look at the Goblins. So Bersky's using the Age of Sigmar Goblins that come in the set. So this is actually one of the Hopper riders. As a Goblin, looking like he's going for the kick. This guy looking for is just crawling along the ground, very Mordor style. Yeah, Rotgut Troggos make the best trolls in Blood Bowl. What are they, like £30-35 for a pack of 3. They're multi-part kits. You can build them as you like. You've got weapons, you've not got weapons. When Ripper lands, this is going to be the best way to get 3 trolls into a team. So, Rotgut Troggos, great kit, fun to paint. Looks like Bersky's run with a 50mm base. You can squeeze them onto a 40 if you're a little bit worried, but if you're only running a couple of trolls like this, you'll be absolutely fine. Love the paint scheme. That brown yellow has aged brilliantly, and I love it. And let's see this. What a great combination and a really good way to get Snotlings in there, especially for a clever secret team like this, and also multi-purposing them. So the troll will work for any troll team, those goblins will work for every goblin team, and the fact that Bersky's planning on using the Pogo guy, there we go, as the Squig Hopper as the Pogo guy for a standard goblin team, it's just dual wielding, which I think is a superb thing to do when it comes to modelling Blood Bowl. It's obvious that this guy is a bouncy dude. Whether you're running the Squig team, so you know he's a Squig Hopper, or just a regular Goblin team, you know that the guy flying is the Pogo guy. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant, Bersky. Superb work across the team with all the Squigs, and that's fantastic. And that's a wrap for today, guys. Thank you so much for sharing your work. If I haven't got round to yours, please send it to me again. We've had hundreds of emails in the last couple of weeks and it's been awesome. So I guess now is a great time to say thank you so much for all your support. I still haven't completely caught up. I think we've sent everything out and I've still got the team design competition and the book, the story competition to go to sort of catch up with everybody so that we can get it published. I haven't forgotten about it. It's taking me a little bit of time to get to, but I will not stop until that is done. I promise you. Anyway, I am going to disappear now. Thank you very much for watching and thank you so much for sharing all your hobby goodness. I genuinely can't wait till next week to do it again. So, WIP Wednesday, theboneheadpodcast@gmail.com. Send in your projects, send in your hobby goodness, and we'll be back soon with more Blood Bowl content. Happy painting. Thanks very much for watching. We really appreciate your support. If you want to support the show even further, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. Or come and join us in our Patreon, link below, where you get early access to our content and monthly competitions. See you later.